Okay, I'm going to give you a little quick tour of Volleyball Stats 9000. We have a companion reader app now that you can hand out to your players for free. There's a subscription if you want to do kind of live broadcasting of your games, but otherwise it's free to kind of analyze the stats after the fact. So we're going to open up Volleyball Stats 9000. You can see I've been using this one already. I've got quite a few matches analyzed, and then I've got my previous rosters. I can go tap and take a look at more previous rosters. I've just got my favorites in the new match screen. I can change that behavior in settings. But the most common use case we're going to see is when I just want to start a match and capture the stats. So if I go to my notes, I have my lineup done. I have a lineup here. This is the US women's team. I'm actually going to go grab this new fictional lineup. The way I've set it up is that Alex is wearing number 1. She's going to be our setter. She'll be starting in zone 1, and then we kind of go around the court, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. But I'll go, and there's a new feature in 2.0 where I can just paste this in. So I've copied that from the notes. I can actually just hit the paste button. It parses all of the names and numbers and positions that I've got there, and I can start my new match right away. If I want, I can set the date. I can turn on or off auto libero tracking and track substitutions. I can name it if I want. I usually forget, but you can name it after the fact. If you choose setup match, that will just let you fiddle with things before you actually start keeping track of stats. If you hit start match, you'll still be in that same state because you need to select a libero from the subs, and also a couple of players to replace. So I'm going to tap on Kate there. You can see she gets a little green outline around her. If I tap on Zara and Sarah, my 2 middles, they'll be the players that are replaced. If I decide, I want a Tony in there instead of one of these other outsides, I can hit the pause button here to tap on a player. They'll turn yellow and then swap them out. And then I can also make sure that I, of course, unpause subs and libero substitutions. I can use the rotate button to rotate us around, because maybe I don't want to start with my setter back in rotation 1. Maybe I know that that's a weak lineup for us. We're also still receiving here, so I'll hit the receiving first button. You can see pass buttons show up when we're receiving versus serving. I can also add other players if I forgot them. Same rules apply. If I add a number, it'll be added as the number for the player. If I write in one of the position shortcuts, it'll be added as a position for the player. When I'm ready, I can hit start game. And I'm receiving first. I also have it set up so that only outsides and liberos will get the passing dialogue. This is just to make it easier for me to find when I'm actually trying to track this stuff in the game. So a serve comes over, I'm trying to watch the match and watch this at the same time, especially if I'm on my own. If passing is what I really want to focus on, I can say, all right, well, great. We had a perfect pass there. In 2.0, we can now track assists. So Alex got herself to the spot, set the ball outside to Tony, who killed it. And you can see we auto rotate around because we've scored a point when we were siding out. And now it says that we're serving. Now we can track serves for Paula. She's going to rip an ace, of course. And then maybe the next ball she serves into the net. If we commit an error in the course of a rally and we're serving, it will swap automatically back to side out scoring. Again, you can change this in the settings. You can get to settings over here in the sidebar. And you can change a few different things. You can change the auto rotate behavior. You can turn off assist tracking. So if it's too much for you and you don't want to focus on assists, that's cool. You can just toggle that button. You only have the attacking buttons, block, dig, and pass then. You can also turn off this auto present passing dialog behavior in case you don't want to track passing really aggressively. And when you're tracking stats like assists or digs, we auto link some of the stats. So you'll see that one will flow from the next. So for example, an attack will follow from an assist and we'll link them in the app. This helps us kind of take a look and see how effective certain setters were with certain hitters. We can also do things like adjust our pass weights. That's a little more advanced if you're analyzing the passing game. If I go down here, this is the undo button. I can tap on that, or I can tap on this little disclosure triangle here. If I long tap on it, you can see where stats are linked. This assist is leading to a kill. There's Tony's swing. We have a couple of stats that aren't linked to anything. We can also see that the pass was linked to an assist leading to a kill. This lets us just track how the whole chain worked out. So if we had a good pass and a set that led to a kill, excellent. Maybe that's, we want to focus on our passing more. If we're still getting kills off of not so great passes, excellent. That's even better. We can go and delete some of these, like say, oh, actually, you know what? That wasn't an error. We'll remove that. You can then swipe again to restore that if you accidentally undo something. So you have a bit of leeway to play around with if you make mistakes in the course of a match. Once the game is done, obviously this is a bit of a short game. We can take a look at summary while we're going. We've got 2 total points, no errors so far. That's good because we undid the service error. We've got a little chart with our assists, our kill leaders, also our error leaders. We've got none, which is great. Our passing has been perfect. We've got live stats, so we can have a look at everybody as they're going throughout the game, our team stats, and the stats for the match. We have the graph view, and if you tap on any of the dots, you can see what led to the point, or what we've guessed led to the point or the error. And you can also zoom in and out and everything. There's a scouting report area where you can fill in some notes, maybe about the other team that you might have seen during warm-ups, or even before if you have more advanced scouting. And then when we're done with the game, we would hit end game. It'll prompt you because too many times I accidentally fat-fingered the end game and it finished for me. If we're tracking the libero, it'll prompt us again to select a libero. This is just in case you're changing things up. You'll notice that the setter, if one is marked, is highlighted in this blue minty type of color. Doesn't have to be just one setter on court at once. I could, if I triple clicked on Paula, that's a sort of shortcut secret way to turn on, to change someone's position to a setter. This is just a handy way, especially if you're tracking assists, to be able to quickly spot where your setters are. If I triple tap again, that gets taken off, and we're good to go. If we decide, actually, we've finished this match, we're going to just end match. It's going to show up over in the side. So if I go have a look over here, this is the match I just captured. And I can go into a lot more detail, like the advanced tab, where I can unlink these stats if I want by tapping on these items. Maybe that didn't lead to the assist. So double tapping on it will take the link away. We can change the date down here. We can also have a look at what rotations scored us the most points, where points came from a court position point of view, our point and error production. So this would be interesting to see where setters were setting to. So we've got Tony got the 1 set and was successful with it. And then if we go back and we take a look at passing, we can see who our best passers were according to pass rating, and then this weighted pass ranking. This is explained a little bit in the settings and in the help, which you can get to the help from here. And there's a whole new help thing in 2.0 where you can tap on any one of these and it'll walk you through some steps for getting started. Hope this little intro video helped, and best of luck statting.